Hello everyone, Tattimusprime back with another vlog, a video response to Johnny DWARFPORNSTAR666'S vlog. Now, in his vlog, one of the things that he mentioned was that he went out on the town with some of his buddies. You know, something that we all like to do and enjoy to do. You get out, you get away, you have some fucking fun, you get away from reality a little bit, cut loose. I gotta try and keep this quiet. I got my boys sleeping in the next room. But I need to get this video out. Something that really bothers me about part of his video. He went out with some buddies, like I was saying, and some idiot decided he was going to point him out in the middle of a fucking crowd by saying something to the effect of, hey look, there's a dwarf, or hey look at the dwarf. Well, see, that shit is just so fucking ignorant. From what I gather, it wasn't a child that did this. It was an adult. Now, children, my opinion on this is children, if it was a child that did that, or a teenager that did that, well, it even depends on the teenage years. There's a certain line where whatever your child does reflects upon the parent. Wholeheartedly, in my opinion. A child will regurgitate what they're fed. Perfect example. When I was a child, I was racist, prejudiced. I was nigger this, nigger that, faggot this, faggot that. Hated blacks, Mexicans, whatever. Anything that wasn't what I was fed. But then there was a time where I grew up and realized I have a choice whether I want to be racist or prejudiced. And I said, you know, no. What I was taught, or what I was fed, wasn't really taught. Taught makes it sound like I was sat down and told this and that, but I was fed it. I ingested it as a child from my surroundings. But there comes a time where you reach a point in your life when you're growing up and you say, hey, I can make a decision. I don't have to regurgitate what I've been told. And that's when you need to start making your own decisions, and you need to be accounted for them. And that is just ignorance. It's just fucking ignorance. That's all it is. Because you can't control how someone lives, what color they are, how much money they have, how tall they are. You're the one that's challenged, not them. I'll say that Johnny is short. He's shorter than me. I won't call him a midget. You know, that's just, or dwarf. I don't look at him like that. I see another family member, a super friend that I've had for a year now, almost a year. My children look at Johnny and they don't see a dwarf, a midget. They see a really good friend of their dad's. My kids don't see the color of skin. I chose not to feed them that negativity. They don't need it. I didn't. I wish I would have never been fed it when I was a child. It's pointless hatred. It's ignorance. It shows how ignorant that the people I was around were when I was a child growing up. But, you know, and it comes down to the point to where he has to make fun of himself, put himself down, so that he takes their ammo away from him. Johnny, don't do that, dude. You're better than that, man. And I know that's easy to say. I was overweight when I was in school, and I made fat jokes on myself to keep people from making fat jokes towards me. Then I grew up, and I made a decision that, you know, fuck you. Fuck off. Fuck off. And all that does is show how ignorant they are. It just pisses me off that an adult will do something like that. Everybody grows every day, personal in their personality, their morals, everything. We're constantly growing as people or as a person. The minute you stop, no, let me rephrase it. The minute that you start thinking that you're perfect and you're better than somebody else is the day you stopped growing as a person. That's your challenge. That makes you challenged. Not Johnny. Johnny's not challenged by his height. No. The person that called him out on his height is the one that's challenged. It's time to fucking get over it. You know? Why would you take, if you know this guy, if you talk with Johnny, or have gotten to know him, and there are several of us I can name off. Pred, you know what I'm talking about. You cannot measure a man by their height. You measure them by their heart, their soul, their moral compass, their actions. And I'll tell you what, that man, Johnny, is a far bigger man than I. His compassion, his heart, it's bigger than me. And I have never met a kinder, more awesome friend than I have in Johnny in a long fucking time. And for people to be that rude and that ignorant, it just bothers me. It does. It just pisses me off. And I don't want to come off like I'm trying to fight a fight for him, or, you know, it ain't nothing like that. He's more than capable of defending himself. I'm just saying that the shit's pissing me off, and it irritates me. It's just ignorance. We need to grow the fuck up, make our own decisions. If you were raised around prejudice or racism or anything like that, it's time for you to sit back and say, hey, I can make this decision on my own. I don't need to regurgitate what I'm fed. And all it does is reflect on your parents or the people that you're around. But Johnny, don't put yourself down, brother. You're far better than that. You're a bigger man than me. I'm a pretty big dude. Just don't do it. I hate to hear you do that. And I'm sure many people will comment on this video and say the same thing if they know you. So don't be putting yourself down, brother. It bothers me as much to hear you put yourself down, if not more, than it does to hear that ignorant asshole do it for you. Because you're far better than that. Just far better. I don't know. I really ain't much more I can say on it. I'm just starting to repeat myself, so Yeah, Johnny, just keep rocking on, dude. Fuck them. Just look at them and tell them fuck off. You ignorant piece of fucking shit. That's all you gotta do, brother. Alright, guys, Tattimusprime. Getting shit off my chest. Till next time, rock the fuck on, guys.